Zach Yoga, and this is Yoga Science, and this is a video on the energy arc. Every energy has a peak point in when energy starts, and then it also has a 0 point from where it comes from and where it goes back to from its peak point. So the peak and 0 being amplitude, it also has a frequency, a bandwidth that may that the energy moves as well, which we'll show right here. But let's say it starts from a 0 point, so you have your energy generates from here, the right side of here, generates, and it moves to its peak. So you see that the energy, as it starts, it's strong and has a lot of velocity, and it moves to a peak point. Then when it reaches that peak point, it starts to level off and be fixed at this point, and then it loses amplitude and comes back down, loses energy, loses velocity, comes back down to this 0 point again, where it dissolves or loses its energy. But you see this middle point here, this middle point section, division, is fixed, and it's where the energy is pure and strong, and we call that where the energy is operating. It's not generating more energy to reach a peak, but it's not losing energy either, its amplitude either. It's moving at its own velocity very comfortably, and then it starts to lose energy, so or lose amplitude, so it dissolves. So we see it here that the energy at this point dissolves as it comes down this way. So this is called the energy arc, and this is in all sacred geometry, in all energy patterns. It has a generating point, an operating point, and a dissolve point. A peak of amplitude, a 0 point, a 0 of amplitude. And in astrology, we're going to create a language here of energy, and when we talk about energy and how to grow it and maintain it, we're going to call this division here is cardinal, and it's the generative point. It's the lots of velocity. It's the beginning. It's the cardinal point right here. And then this point, again, as we said, is the fixed point, fixed division, of the arc. And then the third division of the arc here is mutable, mutating. It's losing energy and becoming another energy. So it's fixed here. It's generating here. It's fixed here, and it's mutable there. This is the energy arc. It's divided up into 3 divisions, and then each one of these divisions too are broken up into 3 divisions, or deacons. You would call them deacons in astrology. This means divisions. So you have in this little triangle here, the generative part, we have the generative deacon, the fixed deacon, and the mutable deacon. And over here we have the generative deacon, the fixed deacon, and then the mutable deacon. And in this segment here we have the generative deacon, the fixed deacon, and the mutable deacon. And that's the G.O.D process of the energy arc. Generate, operate, dissolve.